What a fucking weirdo ass episode of Raw this was. Huh? I had to like think to myself, what were they going for here? Not completely terrible. You had some good shit here and there, but for the most part, it wasn't that great. We start off with actually some good shit. It's, a tribute to Paul Bearer, very well done, as you would expect. Then, Taker's like doing, the prayer thing. And then Punk comes out and interrupts, and I was like, yes! This is the type of shit that they complained about with, Lawler. And I even admitted I didn't like that at first. But now, this is a good sort of edgy that the WWE needs. Punk comes out. The crowd is booing at first, but then they start cheering Punk. But then you notice that the cheers start to fade away because WWE is editing that shit once again. So this shit was really good. Then it goes to commercial, and for some reason, Kane attacks him during the commercial. Why the fuck is that shit happening during the commercial? It should be happening, like, right on TV. Why they do this shit for the app? They just want you to download their app, like, really badly. Like, a little bit pathetic that they'll go to any, attempt to get you to download that fucking app. And I have the app on my phone, and it ain't that fucking great. It ain't nothing special. It ain't good. Or it's not really fucking worth a damn or anything. So that's all it is. It was good, though. I gotta say it was good, though, to see Kane, come back and, and terrorize people against chasing Punk. He looked like the old scary Kane there for a minute, but we'll get to that later. Then you got Big Show, and he's got a match with Seth Rollins. Now, this is the first singles match for the Shield. It only took them 4 fucking months to do this. The Shield has wrestled 3 times, and they've been the fucking company for how fucking long? They should have been having, matches every week to try to establish this new group instead of doing random fucking boring beatdowns. But the beatdown, it ends really quickly. Interference, which didn't make a lot of sense. But then at the end, it wasn't like really impressive, the powerbomb, but it was a cool beatdown afterwards. I mean, because you got 2 other guys helping, Reigns pick them up. So, some people are going to go, oh my God. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool, So it was a good little segment, though. I enjoyed it. Then you got Ziggler defeating Daniel Bryan in a great match. This was a good match. A lot of great technical skills shown by both guys, especially Daniel Bryan. This man, it fucking kills me that he's probably not going to have a match that's really talked that much about at WrestleMania, but not just like this, just show that he definitely deserves it. I mean, how many fucking times does this guy have to put on a great match? To show that he deserves to be a world champion and taken seriously this time, not losing in fucking 18 seconds. Then you got Fandango and Tensai and Brodus Clay. Recipe for disaster right here. What the fuck you thought was going to happen with shit like this? Pretty much it's Tensai, come on! And Fandango still with this stupid ass bullshit. You're not saying his name right. Who the fuck cares? I don't want to see Johnny Curtis wrestle. He sucked in NXT. He's just a fucking little bitch now. They've made him into such a faggy character. Just another dancing character. Who gives a rat's ass? And this is just a fucking waste of time. Why do they do this shit? If they're not going to have him wrestle, not going to do anything, people are booing the fucking shit out of this thing. They've been doing it for weeks now. They're going to keep doing the same thing. Watch them do it again on SmackDown. Watch them do it again on Raw. Next week, they're going to keep doing the same shit over and over. Like, they purposely want to annoy you. And for what reason? It's insane when you think about it. But why would they keep doing shit that obviously sucks and is not going over well with the crowd? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I don't I can't even give a reason why they would do this unless they are purposely trying to fuck themselves up in some way. Vince McMahon has a perverted sense of humor. We all know that. Does he find it funny to put on bad segments or some shit like this? Then we get the Outlaws versus the Rhodes Scholars. The Rhodes Scholars do a funny bit. They're copying the Outlaws. I found this pretty fucking funny. Especially Sandow's lines in it. They were it was pretty fucking hilarious. The match gets going, and it was unique that Lesnar decided to show up during this match. But I kind of wanted to see this match play out a little bit. So, but I mean, it was all right. He comes and destroys the Outlaws. Heyman cuts a pretty good promo. Way better than the Triple H promo last week. Pretty good segment there. No complaints. It's great to see Lesnar and Heyman doing a great promo. So that's a positive on this show. Then you got Mark Henry squashing Kofi Kingston. An okay squash match. Just a squash match, really. I'm just, I was happy to see Kingston being, lowered in his value. But now it's just getting tiresome. It's just fucking pathetic. I mean, release his ass already. He ain't worth a damn. The guy ain't going to draw a dime for the fucking company. They obviously don't trust in him to be a world champion. Like all his fucking pathetic fans in the YWC, IWC, whatever the fuck you want to call this goddamn forsaken place full of goddamn retards. They don't trust him. He ain't going to be world champion ever. Then they follow up with another squash match. How original. Ryback defeats Slater in no time flat, basically. I see what they were going for, because then they start, doing their finishers to Drew McIntyre. They wanted to show, who does the better squash match. Basically, these are the two guys who do the squash matches. But the thing is, I understand what they're going for here. Like, it's clever in quotation marks, but it ain't really entertaining to watch. It's one thing like, this is the excuse that everybody uses. Brad, they're just trying to build up. I was looking over on PW Torch to make sure I got all the matches in the right order, and I see one idiot over there is saying, you don't want the storyline to play out. You don't read a book saying you can't wait to the end. Well, you know what? Sometimes some books suck, and I do say that. The same thing with wrestling. Sometimes, no. A lot of the time, it sucks nowadays. So, that comment reminded me a lot of the people here in the YWC, what people say here on YouTube, fucking retards that don't understand that, you don't have to give everything a chance in wrestling. We've seen this shit before. We know it sucks. An intriguing match, sort of. I don't know what kind of quality we're going to get out of that one, but I guess, it's something new. So, with that said, let's see what happens, guys. Then we got Del Rio defeating Cesaro. Just a worthless, boring-ass match. Very, very fucking boring. I don't get why this was even on the card. Like, just random fucking shit. Like, okay, have the match if you're planning to have a good match, but why is it just a 4-minute match of nothing great? Like, it's just fucking filler. They don't need a fucking third hour. Why the hell do they have a third hour if you're not going to even utilize it properly? That's just fucking retarded. It's all shit. Then you've got Randy Orton and Sheamus defeating the Rhodes Scholars. This was just fucking boring as shit. Orton has got to be one of the most boring fucking wrestlers on the whole fucking roster. And I know they say that time and time again, but this is just an excellent example right here. And I used to love fucking Sheamus, but he's fucking boring too. The same old fucking shit. And they didn't even let the Rhodes Scholars or anything shine in this match. Oh, these guys, they've already had their time. Orton and Sheamus to shine. Now they're fucking lame as shit. Why not let two other guys get a chance to shine? Maybe get a win here. Maybe look somewhat important. Maybe look like they hold some worth here in the company. Fucking no! Just job them out like they're fucking nobodies. Again, first they break them up. Then they put them back together. Then they break them up. Then they fuck them up again. You fuck up the team. break them up so they can regain some credibility, and then fuck them up again. What is this? This is the definition of fucking insanity. When you repeat the same fucking mistake over and over and over and expecting a different result, do they even expect a different result? Or are they aiming for the same fuck-ups? I mean, how can you fuck up this many times? You know, like, okay, you screwed up with a tag team. Okay, so let's give it another shot. Fucked up again. Just fucking give it up. Just then don't do the team. Don't do anything if, you know, you're just gonna fuck it up again. Yeah. You know, okay. So then, ho ho ho! Okay, I gotta warm up for this one, baby. I gotta warm up. Give me a minute here, because I'm about to rant on this shit. Hardcore style, bitch. Yo, son, I'm gonna put my fucking rant gun sideways, because I'm about to fire caps into this bitch-ass segment, son. So listen up. The highlight reel with Chris Jericho. If you weren't watching Raw, let me paint the scene for you. So they decide to have another highlight reel. Oh, okay, that's okay. They've had some classic highlight reel moments with Jericho. Jericho's a good talker and shit like that. Except, it's not really the highlight reel. They put down the carpet and shit like that, but there ain't no, you know, video screen, no Jeritron, no furniture in the ring, no logo in the corner. Totally unprepared, like this was put together at the last minute. Jericho makes fun of it. Oh, I made my Jeritron disappear. There to interview The Miz and Barrett. Terrible fucking promos. Going back to the same shit. You know, Wade Barrett showing his movie. Oh, he's not really in it. This is so funny. Oh, it's stupid. How many times are they going to do the same fucking joke over and over? Okay, we get it. He's an extra in the movie. He really ain't much else. Okay, and the Marine 3. Okay, you know that this movie is not going to sell well. It's direct to DVD. People know it's going to suck. Only hardcore fans of The Miz are going to buy that shit. Or just fucking collectors or whatever. I know I ain't going to fucking buy it or watch it. If that shit gets on Netflix, I'm just going to scroll right past that motherfucker. I'll tell you that right now. Looks fucking awful. Looks fucking horrible. The Miz can't act. He can fucking barely act on TV. Expecting him to fucking act in a goddamn movie. And then they're just fucking rambling on. The segment's not going anywhere. Michael Cole is saying, isn't this segment awful? And you got the King and Cole laughing. They're laughing at it. They're saying it's bad. The announcers are actually admitting that it's terrible. And then get ready for this, folks. Then Brad Maddox. Brad Maddox, a guy that the YWC says they like. They lie and say they like this guy, even though they don't know shit about him. Why don't they know shit about him? Because they ain't even shit to know about him. He's a fucking nobody. He's just some guy that Triple H likes for some reason. He wasn't even popular in FCW, but Triple H likes him for some fucking reason. I don't know, maybe he sucks cock good or some shit like that. No, you know, Brad, you suck cock better than Stephanie. You know, I don't know. I seriously could not tell you what the fuck is up with the Brad Maddox shit. Why he's there, why he has a job, why they pay him to do absolutely nothing. And I'm going to show you exactly how fucking worthless he is. So he comes out there and all he's got to do, this motherfucker, is just announce a fucking match. Now the original plan here, by design, is to have fucking Miz and Jericho wrestle, and the winner of that match will face Wade Barrett for the Intercontinental Championship next week. Okay, so that's pretty simple, right? You got that down. This fucking segment fucking sucks the goddamn fucking shit, but at least maybe they'll just make a match out of it. Okay, I get it. So at least they can turn this shit and form it into some sort of an angle. So at least it's not a complete waste of time. It's a waste of time regardless, but holy fucking shit, at least there's a reason behind it. A reason why we're sitting through that fucking bullshit. You've got Maddox coming out, and this motherfucker just completely fucks up that announcement. Now, as easy as I said that sentence before, This is all he's got to do. Now, I saw about an hour of SmackDown. I couldn't even fucking handle that fucking shit on SmackDown on Friday. So I'm watching. I'm watching that shit. I saw on Universal HD a replay of it. He commentated for the whole fucking episode of SmackDown. So at least you would think that maybe he's gotten the hang of talking. He's talked every single fucking week. It has sucked. He has sucked every single time he's been on the mic. But this fucking time, he just completely fucks up the whole goddamn fucking announcement. Completely obliterates the fucking English language single-handedly. Just fucks it up completely. And the announcers are like, "I'm sorry, we gotta go to commercial." Was this done on purpose? Because it was sucking before Maddox came out, and then they just made it suck even more. Like, whoa, fucking shit. After the Fandango things, these Fandango debacles they keep on doing because they think it's funny or some shit, and then they have this? What the fuck? So then they got the match after we come back from commercial break, and they're like trying to forget that shit even happened. They don't even really talk about the segment before. And then they're saying like, "Oh, Barrett got owned. Oh, wow, that was ownage." That seemed like complete retardation to me. As a matter of fact, I think everybody owned themselves in that fucking segment. Or Vince McMahon owned them for his own entertainment. Did he want them to completely fuck up on purpose? I mean, how could Jericho do that bad on the mic? I really could not even tell you, like, why it fucking sucks that much. So it's The Miz versus Jericho, and this match ain't anything fucking great. If anything, they're like moving at 2 miles per hour during this fucking thing. It sucks. It's a bad match. And then Barrett just like attacks them because Jericho threw Miz into Barrett. Fucking gives a shit. So then what is it going to be, a triple threat, or are they just going to forget about it altogether? I don't give a fucking shit. Fucking suck. They ain't no kind of title. I'll take that belt. I'll wipe it up my ass. It might give me a fucking rash, but god damn it. I would just laugh seeing my shit stains all over that fucking worthless piece of shit tin can called the fucking Intercontinental title. That a Macho Man once wore that shit. They got Wade Barrett, who's gloating about being an extra in a movie, and they're making fun of him. They're making fun of the guy. What the fuck is this? Then you've got some terrible-ass segment where Del Rio and Ricardo are making fun of Swagger and Zeb Coulter. Not funny at all. Just making stupid-ass bowel movement jokes about Mexican food. Fucking just terrible. So then at least they save it by having a real Zeb Coulter promo. Telling people not to be in Sin Cara. Sin Cara being somebody that runs the border. It was funny, more racially fueled shit. Funny stuff, good stuff, quality stuff. About fucking time. It only took us an hour and a half to get to something that was actually good. Then it's Swagger defeating Sin Cara in about a minute. As far as all the squash matches, you can see that this squash match was a lot better than anything from Mark Henry and Ryback, but still nothing to write home about. Okay, so it was alright. Then Del Rio makes the save at the end. It was an okay overall segment, I suppose. Then, I said Kane was acting, more hardcore earlier in the night, acting scary again. Then they do this fucking segment, The Call. Ooh, scary movie and shit like that. Starring big superstar David Otunga for some shit like that. I ain't gonna fucking see it. I don't fucking care. I don't give a fucking shit about this goddamn fucking movie. And then they have this thing where Otunga's calling up Holly Berry. It's so scripted. It's just fucking terrible. Then Kane calls her on the phone. They just fucking did this thing where Kane's tough again because Paul Bearer's motivating him to get back to his monstrous roots. And I wrote you a letter, Holly. Why bother? Why fucking bother to do anything in this company if you're just going to undo it? Main event time. It's Kane versus Punk and no disqualification. It's a decent match. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good stuff. DDT on the chair. The head actually connected this time, which was good. The last time we saw that, it was Orton doing an RKO on a weapon that didn't even fucking make any contact. So at least Punk knows how to fucking work weapons. At least it's a pretty decent match. But what the fuck was up with the finish? Why did Kane win? Why did he pin Punk? A guy who is supposed to retire, who says he keeps saying he's gonna retire, just fucking retire his ass already. He ain't good anymore. Unless Punk can walk him through it like he did here. He loses by pinfall right before a match where just about everybody with a fucking brain wants to see Punk defeat Taker at Mania, which would be awesome. If he could defeat him at Mania, it would be fucking awesome. It would be the fucking shit. I would think it would be great to see Punk go down as a legend, as the first man to pin The Undertaker at Mania. That would be the best. And Punk would look like a fucking modern day legend if they did that. But they have him lose to fucking Kane. Oh, he was distracted by the Taker's music. I don't give a fucking shit. At least at the end, you got Punk nailing Kane with the urn, which was good because that's Paul Bearer's urn. So they're still doing, he's disrespectful, he's a heel. Okay, so that at least saved it a little bit. I laughed at that. That was good. And I did laugh at it. So fucking sue me. I thought it was great. I think it's great that they're playing off of this shit. You know something? That's how you get heat in the fucking company. How you make waves by doing controversial shit. I am a fan of controversy. If you ain't a fan of controversy, then you shouldn't even be fucking watching this goddamn fucking shit. Goddamn, let me tell you, it was fucking shit. It wasn't completely horrible. There was some good things. Ziggler and Bryan was good. The Brock shit was good. Main event was pretty decent. Zeb Coulter promo was entertaining. But for the most part, it wasn't a very good Raw. It was the worst Raw in a couple of weeks now. But what can I tell you? You know, old school Raw was better. But this shit was just so fucking full of shit. And that one highlight reel segment, I'll fucking tell you something about that shit. Fucking pissed me off how bad it was. And that it even managed to get on the show. And Punk losing. Why the fuck does he have to lose before what is, you know, arguably, but probably the biggest match of his career? I think. To wrestle The Undertaker and possibly beat him. I fucking hope they haven't beat him. But he probably won't. Probably won't do that. No. Anyway, Raw. I'll say not completely sucked, because there was some things I liked, but there was a lot of suck. Let's just say that it was mediocre, it was subpar, which is not saying that it was absolutely horrible, but it bordered on sucking my fucking ass. Alright? Here's your Raw review. I'm out of here, motherfuckers. Ha ha!